No, I'm going to tell you later. So I have the perfect answer.
Look, I'm going to say the worst song. Yeah, but...
No, again. No.
That is such a big question.
What are you doing?
So during my flight towards the One Young World Summit in Bogotá in 2017, I asked myself the question, what does humanity mean? And I noticed that I couldn't really give a proper answer to this question. So what I came up with is to ask as many delegates as possible during the summit, and preferably from different backgrounds, different countries, different cultures, etc., what humanity means to them. So enjoy it, and I'll see you later.
I have to think.
For me, humanity is about helping each other, about supporting each other.
Humanity means to me collaboration through love, and really an idea that can be spread through this fire of inspiration that you come together and you spread. So humanity really is to me holding hands together and spreading this fire of love onto communities and really what matters to you, the environment, society, mental health, whatever you're passionate about, it's coming together and bonding through this passion.
Yes, we get pride when we show our national dress, national colors, our flag. We have this great sense of pride, but how do we as a people, as one body, as a collection of people, feel pride and honor being a part of each other, taking these flags away?
Working together. That's humanity.
Being open-minded and friendly to everybody. It doesn't matter the race or what is the person doing.
Humanity means it's a word that all people can get behind, and then it's a message that you can feel it in your heart, and that we are one race and we are one people.
Watching out for one another. Understanding each and other's problem and concerns, and trying to come together as one and really helping one another.
Emphasizing with others, feeling what they do feel, trying to understand others' feelings and their situation. I think that would be humanity for me.
Equality. Being inclusive with the people that you actually share your communities with, you share business with.
If you're thinking with each other like a brother, we will be in humanity.
More than a belonging, but like a respect for everybody around you, and love for everybody around you.
Being able to connect with people from different backgrounds and different religions, and being able to understand each other and find the human and connect with that, and disregard all kind of differences, whether they're cultural, political, religious, and just kind of be able to connect and love each other for who you are.
Supporting.
Each day, you know more about the world today than you did yesterday, and you do one thing to lessen the suffering of others.
I always keep my mind widely open.
Well, humanity to me is like this one big family, and which is still discovering itself actually as time goes by. We have to learn each day to learn more about each other, to discover each other's culture, to integrate and work together towards addressing the pressing issues that humanity and the world is faced with today.
Humanity to me means kindness, genuine community.
Humanity is solidarity.
Being kind to each other, is being equal to each other, and help to each other.
The first thing that comes to mind when I think about humanity is empathy. Just for me is the most amazing quality that we could, and feeling that we have to each other. And empathy for me you build up when you know people from different cultures, you know people from different religions, different backgrounds. Human rights, freedom, and peace.
To me, it's a lot of ideas. It's a lot of learning from one another, and never being happy with the state of the art, and trying to always push the boundary even further. So that obviously comes with a lot of problems of greed and just reckless quest for progress, and and the better. But that's probably, you know, the fault in being humans.
Yeah, equality. It's making sure that we're all on the same wavelength and that everybody has the same opportunities.
Challenges. Like lots of people working together in peace.
Life, the meaning of being here, connected, talking with different cultures, helping each other. It's love. Love? Yes.
Humanity means to me treating others the way you would like to be treated.
For me, it's helping others and share with them what you have.
I think one of the most important things about humanity is that it allows people to live on the world equally, and it creates a lot of opportunities for different kinds of people instead of just for those people who are on the top.
One word can it be a compound name, like connected beings?
I think we have to take care of humanity as we take care of ourselves, because humanity is also a human being.
Well, it's about being human, which is what differentiates us from animals. So it's about interacting with others, caring about the others, and trying to not only act in our self-interest, but act in the world's interest.
Humanity is a spirit.
People actually get connected with each other and really starting to care about each other and not just only about themselves. This is what humanity means to me.
Live fully with your fate, your destiny. So your language, your heart and your voice can be spoken and it can be listened well.
Humanity to me means empathetic for the humankind, for the human race.
Union. Being able to look at people who are different to you and have the capacity to look further than their differences and be curious about why they are the way they are, to understand them and then get to love them.
Humanity is that you listen to the other person and that you keep listening to them all the time, whatever happens.
So humanity to me means being able to express yourself to your full potential as a human being, not being restricted by race or belief or creed or where you're from, but being able to express yourself without any hindrances.
Is the power that we have like a human being, and we have to be the quality of being a human being.
Being able to understand that everybody is equal. It doesn't matter where you're from, what you do, or what you think, or what you look like. It just means that you have the power to make everybody feel acknowledged and empowered.
Having a heart for other people. So what can you do to change someone else's life? And I do believe that wherever everyone is, we can do something small to change someone's life.
Okay. So I think humanity means union, means love, and means working together.
It's where we don't see gender, it's where we don't see race, it's where we don't judge women just because of their gender. So to me, that's humanity. Humanity is everyone living in peace.
Equality between all races, all human beings and all genders, and doing our primal act of kindness and giving.
Equality, pure equality.
And I think that humanity, in just one word, would be equality.
It's about being more than just one person. Working for humanity is about working for, not for your personal gain, but working because you understand that some things are more important than just your own ambitions or your own sense of achievement and your own ego, essentially.
It's freedom, it's peace, and at the same time is diversity, because it's very important to show our culture to the world, especially indigenous culture.
And the support of human beings, because human beings is an isolated island, so we exist in this world and we're not isolated, so we need to support and care about each other. And face of that, we need to understand each other so we can really work together and to ensure a very nice life.
I think it's about love, spreading love.
What humanity should be, maybe. That would be more interesting, I think. Humanity should be all about people coming together and people, let's say, not seeing differences as anything bad, but seeing differences as something that's interesting and basically nurturing curiosity and bringing people together. That's what it should be like, which it is not necessarily always, but hopefully we'll get there one day.
Humanity is acceptance.
Globalization with equal rights and equal opportunities for everyone.
The race, there's only one race in the world. It's a human race. For me, that's humanity.
It means being aware of the people around you, that you can be proud of who you are, of what you achieve, but always be aware of the people around you.
Every human being, every living thing that breathes, that has a soul and also adds value in the world.
Humanity, you can't describe what humanity is. I can't describe what humanity is. Humanity is just humanity. It doesn't have any description. It's, if I try to say, it is where you feel you are like any other person. And that's it.
To me means no borders. Nothing. No borders and no limits, no restrictions. Everyone's equal. That's humanity to me.
The ability to give and to share empathy with your fellow humans and to be able to see their suffering and not sit still while it's happening.
Diversity, culture, difference, equality, and harmony as well.
In one word, I have to say joy, because when you are happy, when you have good feelings, you can do anything. With a big smile, you can change the world.
Everybody, like including everybody, taking everybody for what he or she is, and making sure that that we are all the same, with the same rights and the same privileges and duties on this one planet that we have together.
Like not living your life alone, like you're living your life and others, you're accommodating others. So that's what humanity means to me.
I think humanity means an infinitely large number of things to different people, and that in a way is the amazing thing about us as humans, is that as individuals we all have different dreams, we all have different identities, we all have different conceptions of what it is to be ourselves, to succeed in life. And really that kind of independence and that incredible range of identities is what humanity is all about, and it's what makes life so exciting.
Love. Yeah, that's it.
Humanity it's a gift.
For me, humanity is being kind to people, is having a good heart and giving without expecting anything in return.
Development, fighting poverty, and peace. Humanity is one for me. It's called
Humanity means the capacity of being empathic and sympathetic with the human race.
In one word, what humanity means to me? Love.
Build a better place for each man and woman, and also for each child to live in a better way. Empower women and youth. Love.
Is to work together or take care of each other, or to feel for each other. So humanity is focused on reasons behind someone's actions and someone's behavior, so you can understand perceptions and you can understand each other, so therefore you don't have any prejudice. So for me, humanity means actually trying to get to know the person in front of you, and before you judge them, know why they did something.
Humanity is basically how I feel I want to be treated, and how that's basically how I treat other people. If I can do it to myself, then I don't want it to be done to other people as well, and that for me is the basis of humanity.
recognizing the flaws and the beauty in every single person you run across. So seeing them as a person before you see them as culture, country, gender, whatever.
Harmony and to be connected one to each other with love.
Being good to people, being kind, and treating everyone equally, regardless of label, gender, position, title. This is humanity for me.
Humanity is a space where feelings and reason meet.
From which country are you?
Originally South Africa, now the UK.
What does humanity mean to you?
It means seeing, for me personally, it means seeing the divinity in the other human being, whatever the divinity is.
So what is humanity in one word to you?
The human family.
That's 2 words.
Family.
I hope you enjoyed all the answers from around 50 or 60 countries. There were similar ones, there were like very different ones. What I have realized during the summit, reading articles, discussing with other people and so on,
that humanity is not a performance that is judged by its successes. In fact, it is a given which can be recognized even in its failures. It is not a creation but a legacy. Humanity is therefore not what we know or believe it to be, but what we want it to be. As the philosopher Andre Comte Sponville puts it, quote, "Humanity is not an essence to be contemplated, nor an absolute to be revered, nor a god to be adored. It is a species to be preserved, a history to be known, a group of individuals to be acknowledged, and lastly, a value to be defended." Unquote. It is also therefore that the only humanism worth the name is the humane action, whether it is out of love, family, empathy, or anything else. We must realize that it is impossible for humans to rise above humanity. However, and more importantly, we should and must prevent ourselves from sinking beneath it, since this would be disastrous. And let me conclude by saying that humans are not dead, neither as species nor as an ideal, but we are mortal, and that is one more reason to fight for humans and humanity.
So let's do this together. Let's build a better world, and I see you all next year at the One Young World Summit in The Hague.